Initiating login sequence. Welcome to Alyx's world.
I think this might be one of the hardest reviews I've done in a while. Because, in one instance, this show gave me one, in my opinion, one of the greatest Hell in a Cell matches I have ever seen. Honestly, people might argue they gave us two of the greatest Hell in a Cell matches we've ever seen. But when you look at the show as a whole, while the 2 out of 3 Hell in a Cell matches delivered, the rest of the card was massively disappointing. And it dawned upon me just a couple of days ago. We were only going to get the Hell in a Cell matches. That was it. And I said to myself, you know what? In this instance, I would be okay if we just got those Hell in a Cell matches. We don't really need any other match to follow it. I think, and this is just my opinion, the show probably would have been better if it was just the Hell in a Cell matches. Because the rest of the card, I could have done without. Seriously. It didn't do anything for me. But we'll get into it in just a second.
I told you so about Sasha Banks win SmackDown Women Champion.
I mean, I predicted Sasha Banks to win as well. And I think a lot of people predicted Sasha Banks to win. We already knew that Homegirl was going to get a lot of attention from the media because of Mandalorian, right? So when she does her interviews, you gotta have that title with you. Hey, remember WWE? But regardless, story-wise, we already knew that Sasha was going to win this. But, as always, welcome to Alyx's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I am your host, Alyx, just Alyx, and this is your WWE Hell in a Cell 2020 review and results broadcast. We are going to break down all the matches. I'm going to talk about the things I liked, the things I didn't like, give you my overall grades, and tell you, is it really worth your time? And you let me know down below how you feel about the show. Live chat, comments, you do your thing. And as always, if you like what I had to say, and you want more, do me a solid favor. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. While you're at it, help expand the brand by doing the following things. Get yourself a t-shirt. Get you a new school Alyx's World t-shirt. Get you a old school Deluxe Man t-shirt. And don't forget to get you a blonde hair, blue eyes, apple pie, Mama America t-shirt. Made by the awesome personalities of It's Genius and Firestar Heart. By the way, I have a Facebook. Like me on it. I have a Twitter, VX1, Alyx's World. Like me on it. I have an Instagram, AHIC717. I have an email for Q&A, business inquiries, just Alyx'sWorld@gmail.com. And yes, you can also donate using PayPal, Patreon, and Super Chats are officially on. Follow the lead of Sam P. Boone and have your Super Chat play live here on the air. I look forward to seeing what you have to say. Let's give a couple of shout outs. What's the password gonna be this time? Let me see. Okay. What's the password? Okay, so real quick shout out to the M Studios. The M Studios is one of my graphic designers on the channel. He makes a lot of my cover arts. Good to have him here. Also good to have the Super Chat champ, Victor Velasco. By the way, Victor, you will be defending your Super Chat championship at Survivor Series. So in a couple of weeks, be ready to put that championship on the line. And of course, show some respect to the moderators, Elias, Demi, Firestar Heart, and Ultra Shadow 97, who helped keep this a safe space. I want to say happy birthday to Young Deku 2500. Young Deku is celebrating his birthday here on the stream. Let's make it a good one. Franklin Torres, Quentin Gilbert, Adam Ritter, T-Dog Channel, PSX Sports. Or is it just PS Sports? I feel like that's what it's supposed to be, PS Sports. Jamarcus Williams, Spinosaurus. Good to have you back, man. Haven't seen you in a while. Joseph Winters, One Extreme, The Elite Squad, JoJo, Bradley Xavier. I'm pretty sure there are many, many more. I'm skipping over. Give me 1 second. I can always go back here. True Fire 901, Derek Pusio. I'm pretty sure I butchered that. I'm sorry if I botched your name. Heartbreak Kid, Rockstar, David Adams, Blue, Super Blue. Let's see here. Roy Green, Jimmy D, and last but not least, let's give it to 98% of the time. All right, good to have you all here. Good to have everybody here. I hope you guys are having a great time. Sit back, relax, get yourself a nice cozy seat, because I'm about to say some things that people aren't gonna like, but it's how I feel and it's how I see the show. And as you guys know, when you come on my channel, you're not gonna get what everyone else is saying. You're going to get my opinion and my views, and that's just how it is. So I hope you guys are okay with that. I'm gonna let this super chat play before we get started. That'll be the last thing we see before we get into the review. I guess I can do some more shout outs before the super chat. I want to see Tavon Jamison, 6 straight good pick review in a row. I mean, we'll have to see.
Will The Rock say something about Roman Reigns destroy his cousin Jay on Twitter?
Probably. We'll have to see about that. I don't think we won't hear anything from The Rock until the Royal Rumble, but he might say something. Now, let's go ahead and get to my overall thoughts on Hell in a Cell. If you're watching the show for the cell matches, okay, you'll get what you're looking for. I do recommend you all see Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso. Easily one of the best Hell in a Cell matches I've ever seen. That was a storytelling masterpiece. I also recommend you see Sasha and Bayley. If we're talking about women's matches on the main roster, as in WWE women's matches, it's definitely one of the best women's matches in the company's history. That goes without saying. But I'm getting tired of cutting off the legs of Sasha and Bayley and giving them this ceiling that they can only be as good as women can be. I'm tired of that. I am now grading Sasha and Bayley on the scale of men. I am now putting them in the same category, in the same vicinity as the men's matches. So I'm going to give them the same standard, the same grading as I would give a male match. And for me, just being one of the best women's matches, that's an accolade that, okay, you got it, but let's go to the next level now. But definitely a match you should watch. The weakest match of the three, is McIntyre and Orton. We'll get to that one. It had a shocking finish that people are talking about. And then the filler matches. We do have a new Mr. Money in the Bank, but that's about it. I'm not looking forward to talking about those filler matches, though. Overall, as a show, it was solid. Like, I don't know. Like, it's hard for me to give it a strong thumbs up because there were a couple of decisions they made that just made me go, why? And as a fan, I always think of, all right, if I'm a casual viewer watching this show, how would they receive it? I don't know how I feel about some of the decisions they made, but again, we'll get into it in just a second. I just think overall, it wasn't a terrible show. Not a show I would go back willingly and watch again. There's a match. Well, there are 2 matches I would happily watch over again. And I might actually do that when I'm done. But for the entire show, nah, I'm not going back and watching this show twice. I'll just watch the matches that matter. So, solid show. Just, I just wish the Raw matches were better. That's the best way I can describe it. The SmackDown matches were great. Amazing. Phenomenal even. But the Raw matches just left me with a bad taste in my mouth. Like, didn't like this at all. Well, let's get into it. Let's start things off with the opening match. Yes, there was a pre-show match. We're not talking about it. It was for the 24/7 championship. I'm done mentioning that belt. In my eyes, it doesn't exist. So let's talk about the opener for Hell in a Cell, which shocked the hell out of me, was in my opinion, the most exciting match on the card. Universal Championship, Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso. And I don't think I can give this credit. This might even fail to meet the standard that this match delivered, but I think it goes without saying this was easily one of the best Hell in a Cell matches I have ever seen. Now, I think when you watch this show, you're gonna view which was the best Hell in a Cell matches based off of your preference. If you're a fan of storytelling, if you're a fan of build and something paying off and characters and dramatic moments, if you're a fan of that theatrical side of wrestling, the moments, you'll say this was match of the night. If you're more of I want brutal spots, I want something that's gonna make me go, oh, damn, then maybe Bayley and Sasha was your match of the night. I am a storyteller. I love storytelling. I am a fan of it. I think storytelling matters more in wrestling than anything else. That is the bread maker. This had all of it. Plus a great match. Somewhere during the match, they brought out a strap. So technically this was a WWE Championship, Universal Championship, I Quit strap match inside Hell in a Cell. Goddamn. That was quite the match there. But let's just get into it. Both of these men killed it when it comes to the trash talking. Trash talking really helped this match. Roman, again, ever since turning heel, he's found this completely different side of him, and he's turned it up to a new gear. This man can talk trash all day, every day, just beaming with charisma. And even his wrestling style has gotten more aggressive as well. There was a spear he did to Jey Uso. I forgot which one it was. It was either the second or third one, where it literally seemed like he hovered. He hovered in thin air for like 3 seconds. Like he was all the way over here. And then he was hovering like a torpedo and then speared Jey Uso. It was beautiful. It was an awesome spear. But essentially, it was pretty much the match you expected. Roman dominated. And then Jey Uso got some hope spots in there, you know. And I love that there was a spot where Jey Uso was choking out Roman with the strap. And when the referee was asking him, do you want to quit? Do you want to quit? Do you want to quit? Roman just passed out. He just passed out. He just refused to quit. He didn't want to quit. He passed out. He would rather pass out than lose the championship. That's how you make a badass heel. That is a monster heel for you. I also love that, you know, during the match, you had these spots with Jey Uso. and this is something I always give credit where credit is due to WWE. When they're able to make a strong heel like Roman, making baby faces just become a lot more natural. Making top baby faces become a lot more natural. And I'm seeing Jey Uso selling his ass off, really making monster Roman Reigns look like a just this unstoppable force. And I like the spot where I forgot where it was. Where was it? I think Jey Uso went for the Samoan splash. The Samoan splash. I think he hit 2 of them, and then Roman was just out. He was just out, and then you just see Jey get fired up. You gonna quit? And it was just like, man, like when this feud again, I gotta say it again. When this feud first started, I didn't take this guy seriously as like a contender. I was like, dude, you just gonna get your ass kicked. By the end of the feud, I have so much respect for Jey Uso. I'm like, dude, you proved yourself. Like, I can legitimately see you as a singles competitor now. That's how good this match was. But we got to the ending where Roman Reigns has Jey Uso knocked out. He hit him with the spear, and then he hit him with his Golden Glove Superman punch. By the way, he was wearing a golden glove that looked like the Infinity Gauntlet. So Roman Reigns thinks he's he thinks he's Thanos now. He think he Thanos. All right, sir. I see you with your Marvel love over there. I don't even know if that was the point of the Golden Glove or the Power Glove. I just thought it was the Infinity Gauntlet, which fits. Roman then puts Jey Uso on the ring apron, slides his head up against the turnbuckle post, so he's on the metal part of the post. And then while he says on the apron, he puts the steel steps right next to his head, does a running drop kick into the steps, and crushes Jey Uso's head into the post. It looked devastating. He was done. And then, because he was knocked out, he couldn't quit. So then Roman decides, okay, well, I'm just going to kill him. I guess I have to kill him now. And I love throughout this process, Roman's crying. There's tears going down his face. Because it's like, you're making me do things I don't want to do.
Hey Alyx, keep up the good work.
Hey man, what's going on? Thank you for your donation, Natural Born Killer. But yeah, Roman is showing very good acting skills, by the way. Showing emotion, he's distraught. You're making me do something I never wanted to do. I never wanted to take it this far, Jey. You're making me take it this far. You brought this upon yourself. So, this is the part where, honestly, I'm happy he's a heel, but this almost made him a babyface. The referee was gonna stop the match. Referee was like, okay, I gotta stop the match, because he's out. Look, he's practically out. And so Roman's like, you don't stop my match. Gets his ass and throws him out the ring. I was like, thank you, Roman. Thank you, Roman. Seriously, I would have been pissed if they stopped the match. But he gets the steel steps, and then he stands over Jey Uso like he's gonna kill him. Like, well, what's that one villain from Hunchback of Notre Dame? Is it Frodo? And he shall smite the wicked, and he will plunge him into a fire and death. And then I think it was some officials, and then what about us? What about us? What about us? Thank you, Bonnie18, for your $2.99. Donations are open, guys. Keep donating. It was General Manager Adam Pearce, because that's what he is. He is General Manager Adam Pearce. With officials, they run into the ring and they try to stop Roman. It's going too far, Roman. Don't do it, Roman. Don't do it. And then Roman puts the steps down and just starts whooping all their asses. He starts tossing them to and fro, gets all the officials out, tosses them away. And you're like, this guy is a monster. He is a monster, man. So he goes back to Jey Uso, goes to crush him with the steel steps, and he shall smite him. In comes Jimmy Uso. He puts his body over Jey. No! Take me instead! You know, he didn't do that, but he puts his body over Jey. He's like, man, what the hell is wrong with you, man? We family, man. This is the best part. Roman drops the steel steps, falls on his butt, and then starts bawling in tears. He's like, what have I become? What have I done? Like Anakin Skywalker when he helped Sidious kill Mace. What have I done? That's what that was. You were the chosen one! And then Roman's crying, man. You know, he's just like,
What
I'm
about
a monster.
us? What about us? What about us?
So how long until Roman also leaves for Hollywood?
Bro, after this run, he might be done. I think after he has this championship run, he just might go ahead and just call it. Because this is the best thing he's ever done. For real, for real. This was some really good acting. So he's crying, he's distraught. And now Jimmy Uso's trying to console him. Look, man, I don't know what happened to you, but we family. We here for you. Let us be here for you. Let us take care of you, Us. We understand what you're trying to do. Let us help you. We're your family. Jimmy Uso reaches his hand out. Roman takes the hand like, okay, I'm back. And then he snaps, pulls Jimmy Uso, hooks in the guillotine. Just hooks it into him. Hooks in the guillotine. Like that same guillotine that he had hooked into Braun Strowman. And then Jimmy Uso's just, help me, just frailing. Jey Uso wakes up, sees his brother struggling. Jey Uso can't, he's like, let go of him. Can't break him because he's so weak from being beat up. And then officials try to come in and break it up. They can't break it up. And so Jey Uso says, fine, I quit. And then it was just like, damn. He quit to save his family. That was a crazy ending. And it wasn't over yet. Because when Roman wins, he gets the championship, walks out, and then we see the Wild Samoans. The Wild Samoans, legendary tag team Wild Samoans, standing on the ring, the stage. Roman goes up there, and they receive him as a tribal chief. And then we see the Usos sitting in the ring, just distraught. Because now, Jey Uso is now subservient. He has now become a servant of Roman Reigns, and he has to acknowledge him. He must now acknowledge him as the tribal chief. He must do his bidding. He must basically be his bitch. You're my bitch now. And if you don't do what I want you to do, you will be excommunicated from the family. This is how you book a heel. This is how you create a sympathetic babyface, because you already know when Roman loses that title, it will be because Jey Uso's had enough. Bro, they have set this up to be one of the greatest heel runs of all time. And this match started it. This was the match that really set it into motion. Yeah, their match at Clash of Champions was also, it was an outstanding match, and that was also great. This was the match where I went, okay, we're here. Heel Roman Reigns is here. When he snapped and attacked Jimmy Uso like that, and became a monster heel, this is where I just went, you know what? Why did y'all wait so long to turn him heel, man? Why did y'all wait so long? Wait, this is the kind of things that we need more in wrestling. You have a heel that is so good at his job, he makes his opponents better just by working with him. You don't get that enough. We don't get that enough here in wrestling. We don't have enough people that you can say, when you work with them, you get better because you worked with them. Roman is that guy right now. This was a classic. One of the best Hell in a Cell matches I've ever seen.
Rock versus Roman at Mania.
Hey man, let me tell you something. Everything's being set up for it. Literally everything they're doing is setting up. It is setting up Roman versus Rock. I don't... Like, you're having the Usos be subservient to him. They're probably going to have Rikishi get involved somehow, some way. You know he's going to be fighting other Samoans before he gets to The Rock. If this isn't leading to The Rock versus Roman Reigns, if this isn't going to lead to one of the best, literally one of the last blockbuster matches that you can do, I don't know what we're doing here.
You know it's bad when Paul Heyman is shocked.
Oh, tell me about it. But, man, it's crazy to me how good this is. How good Roman Reigns has become. It hasn't even... What, has it been like 2 months? He recently turned heel just a couple of months ago. It's a totally different performer.
Can you predict when Jay will cost Roman the belt?
Nope. That's what makes it awesome. See, everyone thinks that it'll happen at WrestleMania. I don't think it's happening at WrestleMania. Even if The Rock shows up, I don't think The Rock's going to beat him. I think The Rock's just going to put him over. But man, I'm going to write this storyline out. Easily the best storyline they have on SmackDown right now. It's not even close. I can't wait for more. I cannot wait for more. I am super excited to see what they do with heel Roman Reigns now that he is officially the tribal chief of the Samoan dynasty. And Jey Uso is now his bitch. Classic match. Go out of your way to see it. If you're a fan of storytelling, if you're a fan of that theatrical part of wrestling where there's drama, there's emotion, this is for you. This is for you. I give it an A+. It gets my highest grade. This might be... Is this the first Roman Reigns match that I've given an A+ to? Yeah. Yep. This is officially his best match so far. It won't be, I guarantee you this isn't going to be his best match. So far, this is the best match I've seen with Roman Reigns in it. Hands down. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with that. Alright. Enough gushing over this match. Let's get into some matches I didn't really care about. So the match... The poor match to follow this classic was Jeff Hardy versus Elias. This sucked. This is awful. I just didn't care. When you're following a classic like Reigns versus Jay, you're already going to be in a bad spot, but this was already a match I didn't care about. I don't care about Elias versus Jeff Hardy. That feud does not interest me whatsoever. I don't care where it's leading. And you all know where it's leading. The storyline is basically Elias thinks Jeff Hardy ran him over when it was Sheamus. We all know it was Sheamus. So eventually, when it's revealed to be Sheamus, Elias will start, oh, God, help me. Ugh. He's gonna feud with Sheamus. Oh, Elias versus Sheamus. Ugh. Ugh. So yeah, Elias is basically feuding with Jeff Hardy until Jeff Hardy tells him, I didn't run you over, you dumbass. And the match ended in a DQ because Jeff Hardy attacked him with a guitar, and you're just like, oh my God. Ah, Jesus. Whatever. Yeah, that was terrible. Awful. Let's just move on from that. That just sucked.
Unless WWE doesn't do the match because The Rock appeared at Bound for Glory via video to induct Ken Shamrock into their Hall of Fame.
Why would they not invite him because he helped Impact Wrestling? I don't think they're that petty. It's The Rock. Trust me, The Rock is literally their biggest ratings grab. They'll forgive him if they're mad at him about that.
What about us? What about us? What about us?
You didn't give AJ versus Roman a plus?
Did I? I know what match you're talking about. No, I didn't give that match an A+. I gave that match an A. That was just straight up outstanding. I remember that match. That's that no holds barred match between AJ Styles and Roman Reigns, right? Yeah, that was a hell of a match. That was a great match too. I forgot all about that match till you said it. But yeah, screw this match. This is garbage. Alright, what's next? Oh boy, okay. Miz versus Otis. So, let's just get right to it. This match had a heel turn. Had a heel turn from a certain... So as soon as Morrison got kicked out, I already knew. As soon as Morrison got his ass kicked out from ringside, I said, uh-oh. But yeah. Otis got turned on, got betrayed by his longtime friend, Tucker turned on him, attacked him with the briefcase. Miz pins him 1, 2, 3. Miz is now your new Mr. Money in the Bank. Like, what? Okay. We'll talk about that in just a second. Let's talk about Tucker and Otis. So, this is an official breakup. Because at first when they split them up. One went to Raw, one went to SmackDown. I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, they're in the middle of a storyline. So eventually Otis gets traded to Raw, right? Because that's where Mandy Rose is, and you want him to be with Mandy, so... And there's partners there as well. So I was thinking that, okay, they're going to do something where Otis somehow gets to Raw. Now, it's very clear that he's going to be on Raw because he's currently in a feud with Tucker, who is on Raw, and he's on SmackDown. So now I'm just super confused. Like, okay, well, clearly he's going to be showing up on Raw now, so screw the draft. And some people are going to be saying, well, isn't Survivor Series coming up, so it's going to be Raw versus SmackDown anyways. Why did they wait? Why did they do the draft around this time? What was the point of the draft? What was the point of the draft when it was clear that people were going to start showing up on different shows? Now I'm certain that this draft is about to take a massive hit because Otis, you goddamn know he's going to be on Raw. He has to be on Raw. Because he's in a feud with Tucker. Jesus. Okay, that's my biggest issue with this. The heel turn's fine. I fear for Otis. I mean, I fear for both Otis and Tucker, really, because it's like Enzo and Cass. Enzo and Cass as a team, one of the best teams that you will ever see. Loved them. They got, of course, overexposed because WWE likes to overexpose talent. But when they were a team, they were great. Big reactions. S-A-W-F-T. Swapped. Otis and Tucker, same thing. Great together. Individually, Otis is a bigger star than Tucker. But Otis isn't the kind of guy that Vince likes, so I fear for Otis. I think Tucker's done. Tucker's done. This is like Shad Gaspar and JTG. When Crime Time split up, JTG went on to do better things while Shad Gaspar got released. So when this feud is over with, Tucker's going to be stuck in catering. Where Otis, at the very least, will probably end up doing something special. I don't know what he's going to do, but that... Yeah, that feud should be interesting. Will Mandy Rose be involved? Probably. Alright, let's talk about the Money in the Bank briefcase. Okay, so... They clearly had no idea what they wanted to do with Otis as Money in the Bank. Mr. Money in the Bank. They had no idea what they wanted to do with him. They didn't want to have him cash in on either McIntyre or Roman. Although I probably think that would have been a great story. That would have been a great match, by the way. Him, Roman Reigns versus Otis. Oh, man.
They might as well end the brand split if everyone is going to be on both shows anyway.
Might as well. It is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, they clearly had no plans with Otis and that Money in the Bank briefcase. I really wish they would have had him cash in on Roman. Yes, he would have lost, but man, that would have been a good story to do. But oh well. yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do now. This is gonna be interesting. I don't know, man. I just kind of feel bad for Otis. I really do, because they gave him the briefcase because he had the hottest storyline at the time. This was May, right? This was around May 2020. So he was in that feud with, he was feuding with Mandy Rose over, it was Dolph Ziggler, right? Was it Dolph Ziggler? Yeah, he was feuding with Dolph Ziggler over Mandy Rose. And that was actually pretty good. Ziggler had one of the biggest heat, he was one of the biggest heat seekers going into WrestleMania because of that. But then, yeah, I think because he got so popular.
Miz teased cashing on either WWE or Universal title.
Sure. He ain't cashing in on Roman Reigns. He'll cash in on Orton again. He should cash in on Orton again. But yeah, I feel bad. Because they gave him the briefcase in May because he was the hottest thing going. And then they said, this was a mistake. So we're going to get it off of him and give it to Miz. As much as I love The Miz, and I am a big fan of The Miz, always has been. I've always been a big fan of The Miz.
10 years ago, The Miz cashed in MITB on Randy Orton to win the WWE title. Wouldn't it be something if it happened again 10 years later?
It should. We'll talk about that in just a second. As much as I love The Miz as a competitor and as a champion, he's an excellent champion. And as much as I would love to see him hold that WWE Championship again, this is an instance where I don't think he's going to be successful. Because he's looked like a joke. They have booked him like an absolute joke. An absolute joke. And I don't see him being successful this time around. I think when he does try to cash in on Orton, he's going to fail. That's what I think. So, there's a side of me that's kind of happy that he's Mr. Money in the Bank, because the idea of him beating Orton for with the briefcase again gets me excited. I don't see it happening. I really don't. I think he's going to fail this time. And that's going to disappoint me, because if you were going to have the Money in the Bank briefcase holder fail, it would have been better if it was with Otis. You have Otis cashing in on Roman Reigns. That would have been an excellent match. But now we're going to get Miz and Orton again, and I'm just like, okay. Sure. We'll talk about Orton in just a second. Look, it would have been better if Miz cashed in tonight to get it out of the way. But now now it's just like, I gotta look forward to this. I don't want. Okay. Well, we'll get to Orton in just a second, man. But yeah, Miz is now your new Mr. Money in the Bank. Otis is gonna feud with Tucker, even though he's on SmackDown, and Tucker is on Raw, but we'll see. The second Money in the Bank match is for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Sasha Banks versus Bayley. We've been waiting for this for what seems like decades, but it's only been 3 years. And I gotta say, was it worth the wait? Is this the absolute best match these two could put on? Well, I will say, in terms of a women's Hell in a Cell match, it's the best one they've done, for sure. I put this over Sasha and Becky last year. Was it last year? Yes, I put it over Sasha and Becky last year. For real, like this for sure, is easily one of the best women's matches you will ever see.
Miz cash-in fails thanks to Morrison screwing up.
Probably, we'll have to see. But it's definitely one of the best women's matches you'll see. But I'm getting tired of of undercutting Bayley and Sasha like that. I am at the point now with Sasha and Bayley where I expect these two to be on the level of the men, to do better than the men. Now, granted, this was easily the second best match of the night. Some of you might say it was match of the night. So yeah, they did do better than the men. They did. I just feel like, for me, their NXT TakeOver match in 2015 is still their best. This isn't their best match, but it's still an amazing match, and you should definitely go see it. These two tried to kill each other. No, they did kill each other. This was brutal. This was a brutal, almost hard to watch match. There were two spots that scared the piss out of me when it comes to Sasha and her bumping. I forgot when she did it, but there was a spot where Bayley tossed Sasha into some kendo sticks that were hooked up to the cage in the ring. Sasha tripped over one, and then she went face first into the steel steps. I was like, God damn, this girl, concussion city. And then to make matters worse, there was a spot where the chair is set up into the turnbuckle. It's set up in the turnbuckle. Bayley does her sunset flip powerbomb on Sasha. Sasha goes flying into the turnbuckle and hits her head, the back of her head, into the steel chair. I did a horrible job explaining it. It basically should have given her a concussion. And if she had a concussion because of it, I wouldn't be surprised. It was brutal. There was a spot that confused the hell out of me, though. I don't know what they were going for, but Bayley had 2 kendo sticks, and then she got some duct tape. And then when she got the duct tape, she looked at the referee and said, "Hey, my hands are sweaty. You want to do this for me?" What the hell, Bayley? But then she duct taped 2 kendo sticks together, and then, did a contraption where she was able to hook it from the ring to the cell, and then the duct tape wasn't strong enough to hold them together. And so she just said, "You know what, screw this." And they just abandoned the spot. And I'm like, what was that all about? What were you going to do there? So I hope someone asks her that. What were you going to do with that spot? Because that was weird. That just seemed weird. They just abandoned the spot altogether and did something else. They never went back to it. A table broke, and they actually made that work to their advantage, because Sasha did an awesome table run Meteora, and then she did a Meteora. She jumped over a ladder and hit a Meteora. Meteora. Did I say a Meteora? What the hell is a Meteora? Meteora on Bayley. That was nice. And then she did a Bayley to Bayley. Sasha did a Bayley to Bayley on Bayley over a ladder. That was sick. Love that. That was really cool. There's just a lot of great spots. Very brutal. Weapons, crazy bumps. Of course, Sasha did most of the bumps. Love the ending. Ending was amazing. So when it's all said and done, Sasha beats Bayley with a chair-assisted bake statement. She had the chair hooked around Bayley's neck, and she hooked in the bake statement. It looked like she was going to break her neck. And then she was stomping on the end of the chair to crush it more into her throat. Bayley had to tap out. So Sasha wins. She wins the SmackDown Women's Champion and becomes a Grand Slam champ. I think her and Bayley might be the only 2 women to be a Grand Slam champ. That's like the only women to win every single belt there is to win. Yep. Well, wait. The NXT UK belt. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. Whatever. They're Grand Slam champs. Sasha's a Grand Slam champ like Bayley. Incredible. Incredible. So real quick, congratulations to Bayley for a historic run. 380 days. It really should be 520 days, but Charlotte had to beat her for the title so Bayley can turn heel. But whatever. 380 days as SmackDown Women's Champ. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the only person to have a longer reign than her is Fabulous Moolah, who held her belt for like thousands of days. Like I have to look it up. I guarantee you it's like 3,000 something days, because she held that thing for decades. She held that women's title for decades. So the only person to beat Bayley's reign is Fabulous Moolah, who no one likes to talk about. So, as of right now, she is literally the longest reigning women's champ, period, ever. That's incredible. Round of applause to Bayley. Some people are saying, well, isn't Kaylee Ray like a 500-day women's champ? Shut up! That doesn't count! That don't count! Bayley is the longest reigning champ. I don't count the UK belt. But yeah, for real, I think she deserves all the credit in the world. With that said, Sasha Banks, she did it. She won the belt. Now comes the hard part. See, the story with Sasha Banks isn't her winning the championship. It's her defending the championship. Now the story gets to be kicked up a notch. Because now it's like, okay, well, Sasha, you won the belt. Now you have to defend it. I don't see you defending it. I think the next match they have with Sasha and Bayley, Bayley's gonna win the title back. And I will laugh if it's literally this Friday. I think it should happen. Motorcycle. I apologize. Is it gone? It's gone. Alright. I will laugh if Sasha loses the belt back to Bayley this Friday. Which could happen. Don't sit there and go, it didn't make any sense to do that. Well, what you gonna do? What you gonna do about that curse? Fool. Oh, sorry. Yeah, she has a championship curse. Sasha has a championship curse. What you gonna do? So yeah, Bayley's about to get that belt back. Sorry, Sasha. Sasha, this feud will end. The feud will end. It will end when Sasha is able to successfully defend that belt. It ain't happening. It ain't happening until around WrestleMania. Sorry. So yeah, there you go. Amazing match. Go out of your way to see it. Easily one of the best women's matches on the main roster, probably ever. But yeah, I thought they did great. Sasha Banks is your new SmackDown Women's Champ. Okay, real quickly, let's talk about this next match. We got Retribution Slapjack. God damn it. Slapjack versus Bobby Lashley. This match was like 2 minutes. Lashley beat Slapjack. No one gave a damn. And then afterwards, Retribution hit the ring. And then Lashley took him on by himself. And then the Hurt Business hit the ring to help out Lashley. And then Mustafa Ali was like, no, brother! No, brother! And then he cowered away like a little bitch. Retribution is a joke. It was a joke when it first debuted. It's a joke now. This is not a stable I take seriously. I'm done giving it a chance. This is a horrible stable. It sucks. It makes you want to throw up. This is literally worse than the Dark Order when the Dark Order first debuted. Yeah, I said it. This group is worse than the Dark Order. I said it. I'll say it again. This group is worse than the Dark Order. Long John Silver. Long John Silver for the win. Yeah, screw Retribution. This group is a goddamn hot piece of mess. And if you weren't done with Retribution before, you should be done now. I am over it. I am so over this pathetic ass group. It's embarrassing. Embarrassing how bad this is. Jesus, man. Alright. Let's go ahead and really quickly move on to the main event. By the way, I see we have 100 likes. Let's get this thing to 200. 200 likes. That's what I want. I want 200. 200 likes. Let's get it to them. Let's get it to 200 likes. Thank y'all all for being here, by the way. Alright, one quick second. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the main event. Main event, surprisingly, wasn't Sasha Banks and Bayley, wasn't Roman and Jey Uso. It was Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre. When I first realized that this was going to be a main event, I said, oh, so Miz is cashing in, right? Right? That's the only reason why this match is happening. I was thinking, okay, McIntyre is probably going to get the hell beat out of him, and he's going to skirt by with a victory over Orton, and then Miz is going to come out and cash in on him when he's weak, right? Which would... See, if they would have done that, at the very least, we would be getting McIntyre versus The Miz, which is a fresh feud. I'm like, okay, well, at least that's fresh. And you have a way to, you know, give McIntyre some more shine as a babyface, because now it's like the evil Miz cashed in opportunistically, and he beat the monster when he was weak, and then you give Miz that momentum, and then of course McIntyre squashes him and gets the title back, right? That's the story that I thought they were gonna go with. That would have been great. No, we didn't go with that. Instead, what we got was a very long, very boring, not very exciting Hell in a Cell match with Orton and McIntyre climbing the cell. Yes, they climbed the cell. I was like, oh shit, we're climbing the cell. And then they climbed down the cell. And then on the side of the cell with the announcer table, they had little foot supports. I'm not kidding you. They had foot supports on the cell. Shawn Michaels didn't need foot supports. Mick Foley didn't need foot supports. Shane McMahon didn't need foot supports. Rikishi didn't need foot supports. Why do we have foot supports in the Hell in the Cell? I was like, what the fuck? Okay. Vince McMahon didn't need... Yeah, Vince McMahon jumped off of a cell too. It happened. Vince McMahon did indeed jump off of a cell and then went through a table. It was him versus Austin. Was it Saint Valentine's Saint Massacre or something like that? It was in 1999, the match he had with Vince where he got into the main event of WrestleMania. Whatever, you know which one I'm trying to say. That one. When McIntyre, when he jumped off the cell with the foot supports, I was like, that's so lame. It just took me out of it. But we get to the ending. And to my surprise, to everyone's surprise, throughout the match, McIntyre is kicking out at 1. He's kicking out at 1, he's kicking out at 1. And so you're thinking, okay, so when Orton hits the RKO, he's going to kick out at 2, right? No. 1 RKO, and that's it. 1 RKO, McIntyre loses 1, 2, 3. And you're like, what? What? Huh? Orton wins. Orton's now a 14-time WWE champion. He ties Triple H's record. And you're like, okay, so Miz is gonna come out and cash in, right? Doesn't come out. The show ends with Randy Orton as WWE champ. Here was my reaction when the show was over. That was my reaction. Let's see that again. Here's my reaction. So, the reason I did that, it isn't just because McIntyre lost the belt. That was going to be a natural reaction anyways, because I think McIntyre is such a great champ. And I never wanted him to lose that belt. I wanted him to hold that thing for a while. But I understand what they're doing. They're gonna have him win the title back when they get a crowd. I hope. I really do hope so. Personally, I just want him to win the title back now. But alright, sure. Give him the title back when there's a crowd, right? Which will probably mean he will either fight Orton or Miz in the future. Here's why I don't like that. I'm already over this feud. I'm over Orton versus McIntyre. So when Orton won, I just said, God damn it. That means we gotta do this match again. at Survivor Series or TLC. We're going to be doing this match for a long ass time. I'm over this feud. I'm already over it. I'm done with Orton and McIntyre. We've already overexposed this. This has already been done way too goddamn much. I'm already sick of seeing it. And now I gotta keep on seeing it, and it just bores the hell out of me. So that's number one. Number two, Orton is one of the greatest of all time. Orton is easily one of the best heels in the company, but history has shown us that, not counting his run as the Viper, Orton has been one of the most boring WWE champions. He was so boring in 2017 that we were clamoring for anybody to beat him, and they gave the belt to Jinder Mahal. Yes, Randy Orton has had 14 championships. I'm not doing it.
The Tribal Chief and Jay should have main event the show in my opinion on today's birthday.
Happy birthday 25 kid. 25 kid and Young Deku 2500. 25s. Look at that. Happy birthday to both of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for donating, man. Randy Orton is a boring WWE champ. He's boring. And what's he gonna do as champ? He's gonna feud with McIntyre some more. Jesus! Can we not? And here's what I'm afraid of. Okay? Because at the very least, if Orton gives the championship back to McIntyre, we're good. Here's what I don't want. As much as I love him, I don't want to see Edge fight for the WWE Championship. No. Okay? Don't put this belt on Orton so we can do Edge and Orton for the championship. I don't think that's a good idea. I love Edge, but him as WWE champion is not something I want to see. And I don't want to see Orton hold that belt until Edge comes back. That's a horrible idea. So if this is a short transitional run for McIntyre to get the belt back, awesome. Maybe Edge will come and screw Orton out of the belt. And that's why they do their feud again. That would be great. If we do that, wonderful. Wonderful. Matter of fact, I hope that's what we do. I hope we get the belt to Orton so we can help set up with a feud with him and Edge down the line when Edge screws him over and helps McIntyre win the championship back. That's what I want. That's what That's what I want. Eyes wants it. But knowing WWE, I'm afraid. I think that they're going to have Orton win that thing and hold it all the way to WrestleMania. That's not a good idea. That's going to be a long, boring run. And I don't want to see him fight Edge for it either. He doesn't need to fight Edge for it. So again, I'm okay with Orton winning the championship if it's a short run and Edge screws him over and helps McIntyre win the championship back. If that's what we do, sweet. But if we do this thing where Orton beats McIntyre, then holds that belt to WrestleMania to defend it against Edge. So one of two things need to happen. Miz needs to cash in on Orton, get that briefcase, cash it in on Orton, win the championship, and then we do McIntyre versus Miz for the title, which would be great. That's a fresh feud. I would rather see that, because that's fresh. And again, I don't know why we didn't do that. That would have been a lot more exciting. McIntyre beats Orton. I guess you can't do that because I don't know, man. This is gonna be weird. This is gonna be weird to see what they do with this. I didn't like it. I don't know if I was supposed to like it or not, but to end the show with I didn't like it. You had two matches that deserved to end the show. Sasha Banks, Bayley deserved to end the show. Roman versus Jay should have been the main event. Although I think Sasha and Bayley deserved to be main event, the match that should have been the main event was Roman versus Jay. And you ended it with this. I didn't like it, so I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't like it. It was decent. It was a decent match. But easily the weakest Hell in a Cell match out of the three. Well, yeah, Randy Orton is your new WWE champ. He is now a 14-time champ. Just continuing to add to his Hall of Fame legacy. I really just wish he would actually get a championship run that was worth the damn. And everyone's saying this one might be it. It's not. I can tell you right now, it's not going to be. This is not going to be a good run. But yeah, that's my thoughts. That's what I feel about Hell in a Cell. Overall, solid show. Again, just to kind of recap everything. Randy Orton is your new WWE champ. Sasha Banks is your new SmackDown Women's champ. Otis is no longer Mr. Money in the Bank. Miz is now Mr. Money in the Bank. Tucker has turned on Otis. And Otis is now in the feud. Jeff Hardy lost to Elias by disqualification because screw this match. And the match of the night, one of the best matches of the year, and easily one of the best Hell in a Cell matches I've ever seen. Roman Reigns defeats Jey Uso. And Jey Uso is now Roman Reigns' bitch. I mean, his servant for the foreseeable future. Solid show. Not a show I would watch over again. The Hell in a Cell matches kept it alive, but I'm sorry, the rest of the card was garbage. That's just how I feel. But live chat, you now have the floor. What do you think? What do you think? Let's see here. 25 kid. Orton better watch out for Miz like last time. Oh, he's gonna be watching his back. Unless Orton loses to him again. That'd be really cool.
What about us? What about us? What about us?
Watching Sasha versus Bayley right now, good so far.
Thanks for letting me know, man. Hope you enjoy it. Martin Braun. Not main event or anything, but a good... Whoa. That went by fast. Sorry about that. Let me see if I can catch that last one. He said, not main event or anything, but a good WrestleMania match. You mean, what's he talking about? McIntyre versus Miz sounds like a decent WrestleMania match. Oh, yeah. I think it is. I agree. Rumor has it, Matt Chapman, rumor has it, Vince McMahon. Oh, god damn it. Let's see here. What was you trying to tell me? Rumor has it. Rumor has it, Vince McMahon wants to do Orton versus Edge I Quit match at Mania. And Vince always gets what he wants. That's fine. You don't need the championship for it, though. You really don't. Kamala's Corner. Hello, Kamala. Good to have you here. Sasha Banks and Bayley are the main event, and they proved it again. Once again, the company gave the women's division lemons, and the women made bomb-ass lemonade. It's the women's time to shine, so step up and step aside, men. All right. I like that.
What about us? What about us? What about us?
Sasha like Spider-Woman in this match at times here.
Oh, so you're just gonna give me commentary about it? I appreciate that. Okay, we have a spammer here. And I appreciate you blocking that spammer there. I appreciate that. That was crazy. Don't want that happening. I apologize for the trolls, guys. That's just how it is. Let's see. Malik Hill, solid show overall. It's crazy to think Jay is in the feud of the year. Right now, I don't really get why people are mad at the Miz becoming Mr. Money in the Bank when people wanted Miz to get a big push. People like Otis. They didn't want to see Otis lose that briefcase. I thought Otis was going to cash in and fail. So I'm not losing sleep over... That's just me. I'm not necessarily losing sleep over this. Because Otis was going to fail anyways. I just wanted Otis... This is just how I feel. I personally wanted to see Otis cash in, at least try to win the championship. Because that match, his match with Roman would have been amazing, for sure. Let's see here. Oh, Walter P says, the pay-per-view was okay, but damn, the Drew versus Orton match ruined the entire pay-per-view for me. It wasn't really all that great. I agree. Let's see here. Xavier Mixon says, kinda down, wanted to see Lobo's spot in the women's match. WWE never lets women heels do anything relatable real life, especially low blow spots, talking about a girl on girl. What the hell? Okay. It's crazy. Otis should have felt the cash in. That's what I think. I think he should have cashed in on Roman and failed. Roman versus Otis could have happened at the Rumble. It really still can, but yeah, it really should have. Let's see here. Lazy Cheese, but weren't people mad because Otis won the briefcase to begin with? They can't be mad that he lost it, to be honest. I wasn't mad that he won. I was wondering why he won it. I was just like, why did you give him the briefcase? This seems so goddamn random. I was like, alright, well, you gotta go all the way with it, and they didn't go all the way with it because they're punks. Now I'm upset. Now I'm upset because I'm like, so you gave him the briefcase and you're not gonna go all the way with it. Now I'm like, okay, well, screw you. You shouldn't have given him the briefcase to begin with. Plus, they missed the boat on the Miz last year when they didn't have him cash in on, or didn't have him beat Shane McMahon, right? Yeah, they did. It is what it is. D Original at WrestleMania, Fatal 4-Way, Brock, Orton, Edge, Drew. Oh, no. No, I don't like that. Let's hope Survivor Series is good. Let's hope. Let's hope. Nemo, WWE Championship Scramble match. Heel Roman versus Face Drew versus Brock Lesnar. We'll have to see about that. We'll have to see about that. Kamala's Corner. They could have had Otis cash in on a tag team, and Heavy Machinery could have won the tag team gold. Can you do that? Can you actually cash in on different belts? I don't know about that one. BW Rosa. I've been thinking that Otis outsmarted Miz, and yes, Miz won the briefcase, but Otis still has the contract because perhaps Miz maybe informed him of Tucker's turn. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work like that because thank you for blocking the trolls. We got a lot of trolls here today. I don't know where they're coming from. Yeah, I don't think that's how it works. I think he just lost it. The briefcase was on the line and he lost it. Kurt Luttrell. Hey Rockstar, more people care about WWE than AEW. WWE is only beating them in the 50 plus age demo. AEW is beating them in every other demo. Wow. He's not lying there. If we're dealing with family and legacy, Rey Mysterio should be Roman's next opponent. Ooh, there you go. Oh, that's gonna be an excellent feud. That should be good. That should be really, really good. Let's see here. Roman versus Orton Survivor Series. That's gonna... damn it. That's right. They're gonna do a cross brand. I don't want to see that. Orton versus Roman? Ugh. Ugh. I don't like it. I don't like it. Got a lot of trolls here in this live chat. My moderator's going to work. The mods be dropping the hammer. But yeah, Roman versus Rey would be a great feud. We need to end him. We need to end his feud with Seth Rollins because I'm over it. For real, for real. We need to end that feud. This Drew versus Orton feud better not be long like the Roman versus Corbin feud. Oh, that feud was horrible. Oh God. Oh, don't remind me of that feud. I hated it. I hated it. All right. I think we're gonna go ahead and stop there. So give me your thoughts about Hell in the Cell 2020 down below. Thank y'all for making this another excellent broadcast. Thank you for making me a part of your day. The next show we do here, Survivor Series. So let's talk about what's coming up in November, besides the election. The first weekend of November is AEW's pay-per-view, last pay-per-view of the year, which is Full Gear. AEW Full Gear. After that, we have two other broadcasts coming. on November 13th, 15 years of Eddie Guerrero, I will be doing a top 10 Eddie Guerrero's match broadcast where I will have special guests come in and say some things about Eddie Guerrero. It's going to be great. But it's going to be top 10 best matches of Eddie Guerrero's career. What's next? I think next is Survivor Series, right? There is no War Games this year because they can't use the arena, so there's not going to be any War Games. Survivor Series preview, then review. That would be a night that our champ, Victor Velasco, has to defend the belt. And then, if I'm not mistaken, after that, it's Taker, 30 years of Taker. November 25th is basically a big broadcast celebrating 30 years of The Undertaker. And I would like to get a few special guests from the wrestling community to get involved in that. That's going to be great. I can't wait for that. That's going to be fun. So we're going to have a very, very busy month in November. Of course, you got Raw reviews and SmackDown reviews and all that jazz. You're going to want to stick with those big ones. AEW Full Gear. Eddie Guerrero. Top 10 greatest matches in Eddie Guerrero's history. 30 years of The Undertaker. Survivor Series review. It's going to be fun. So, stay tuned. Subscribe. You're gonna want to see what I do here. It's going to be a fun show and a fun month. But until then, take care of yourselves. Love your neighbor. And as always, this is Alyx, just Alyx, signing off right here in Alyx's World. I'm out. Peace.
Yeah.